Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Alex and today I'm going to jump into this model, try to get some bones set up, try to get it positioned, rigged, and seeing what else we can do. So this is what I have right now. It's in Eevee. I had cycles, but it took a little bit longer to process, and I like that this is pretty instant. So let's go ahead and start. Let me go to material preview. Let's turn all these off so we get them in the way, and then let's go ahead and get them ready. I'm going to save. I'm going to go ahead and align them to be, we need everything, so we're going to grab everything here, drag this up. So I'm going to put them on this ground plane right here so that whatever I bring in, it's got a 0 point to work with. I'm going to, let's make sure everything's scaled correctly, because if I go to item, let's see, the rotation's off, what else is off? So let's make that correct. Let's go Control A, all transforms are going to reset, and everything should zero out and go back to what it should be. If I were to make a default cube, this is kind of a good idea if the scale is going to work out, but you can see this basic cube is right here. So it kind of gives you a general idea of what it could be. I could probably scale them down so where it doesn't fight with the Auto Rig Pro is what I'm going to use. So if I go down here to Auto Rig Pro, where you at? I'm looking right at it, aren't I? There it is. And so this is Auto Rig Pro. If I were to do, let's just do a quick horse and see how big that is. So I'm going to scale them about half size just to kind of play friendly with that. You know, scale them up later. So let's scale them about 50% and everything else. Since, let's go ahead and use that cube for reference too, just to kind of give me a general idea. Just gonna bring this up, select everything here, and scale. Since all my texturing should be pretty complete. See how big that horse was. Yeah, should be about the size of a horse for now. We can always scale them up afterwards, but I really want not have to scale back and forth with Auto Rig Pro and just kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and do this again for anybody curious. If I go to item, you'll see right here the scale. It's at 0.05. I'm gonna zero this out just to be safe. Coming from a background of 3D Max, I know if you have something that's at a different scale, apply a rig to it, sometimes it doesn't like it. So that's just my history of working with rigs and bones, of what I've experienced with it. So as long as I get the bones on there, I can scale it up and down and going from there. But I did try earlier to apply the dog pre-made armature. It seemed okay, but since he's got fingers and everything else, it seemed probably more I should start fresh, I guess. It seemed more of a problem to do it that way. So let's go with an empty. Clicking this plugin was free at, they were giving it away on Blender Market, and I was pretty surprised. I did purchase this program, and I like really what it is. It's pretty fun. So let's see, X-ray, show bone X-ray, yeah. All right, let's go to the next thing. We're gonna go to add limb. Let's add the spine. This is about where to start. Go in here, and we'll start getting stuff laid out in here. I'm gonna scale this up. And depending on where I see this going, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's adjust this. So we'll select the bone. Let's see if we can change this count to 4, and then we're gonna press OK, and it updated that. So I can see the neck being about right here. So we'll go ahead and just work with what we got. No two, I guess in a way, 3D models are all unique. You never know what you're going to get. And they're all puzzles in their own way too. I'm trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, why this doesn't function the way the last one did. I did like 5 models, very similar. They were all like dinosaurs, right? And the last one, same process, same everything. Didn't want to work when I exported it out to the game engine. It was just like, come on, it's just funny. It's like the last one. It had to be a Friday when you're end of the day, end of the week. Even the computer was ready. So that's in the middle. We're just kind of figuring out where we want everything. I might just put a little more center just to kind of keep the, whenever it tries to do the heat map, forget what you call it in here, skin heat map, yeah. Going back and forth from 3D Max in here, it's always trying to get the lingo down. So we got our spine. Let's do tail. So about 4 seems pretty good, right? I'm gonna go ahead and move this and scale it up. Yeah. And we'll just go with the snapping here. Just go move this here. There. And about right there. About as close as I can get to the tailbone. And I have an idea how I want this to go, so there's that. And if ever, you know, you're this plugin, you can go to match the rig, and it'll show you how it laid out. Let's go back to reference bones. So on this, we're going to want to put it to multi-ped. So now when I click, so if you saw it earlier, it was going like vertically. It should fix that. So now it should follow it as a creature does, you know. And let's go back to reference bones. So I'm going to save just in case. Control S. Let that process and go to the next. We're going to go to, let's see. We'll go to the left arm. You can kind of see how it's going. He doesn't have every finger, so let me go ahead and tell this to be, let's see, which one we're going to get rid of. I guess it'd be a ring. Let's see what it looks like. That might work. Let's see. Let's see how many joints his finger would have. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll work with this. So let's go in here. Control plus. Let's see if I can move everything. Nope, didn't grab everything. Alright, let's just do it this way. Grab this, rotate, rotate, and down, scale. He's not really in a A pose, he's not really in a T pose. I probably should have thought it out, but I'm at the point of no return, so we're just gonna go with it. This is where we're at. And like I said, no 2 models are going to be exact. No 2 models are going to be the same. You're going to run into the same hiccup no matter where you go. So we can change these rotations in a bit. I'm going to go here and select that bone. Let's rotate it this way. And this might give me trouble. It's alright though, we'll figure it out. It might give me some trouble, depending on how these rotations end up with this. But let's get this joint gonna follow his hand. And if we need to, we can go in here and we can turn on, where you at? I think it'd probably be move. And then we can turn this to, I think it's the local, nope, normal. So the normal direction will show where it's pointing. This is forward, that's forward, and that's forward. This one is also forward. So far so good. It's a little bit of a slow process. This isn't something that's, you know, like very fast. Okay, so this one video I saw, you could go turn on volume, turn on snap. So now whenever I drag this, it should snap to the volume. I need to dig up very good tutorials. The person who makes them, I need to find that. I need to add that to the description. Okay. Find it. I think as long as you look up AutoRig Pro, you'll find him. He's got very good tutorials. So we'll rotate these in a bit. Make everything look forward and correct. I usually mess with the roll. It's up at the top to correct that. Let's grab this one. Let's go to per joint. So let's start at the end, the finger at the end. Ugh. Let's go here. And drag this. Drag that. And this one be at the, let's see, end right here. Just want to make sure they're aligned pretty good. I don't know if we're going to count this as a nail or as finger. We'll count it as a finger in with a nail, right? It's got claws. So save. Don't want to lose anything. I don't want to start over. I'm just going to keep going with this. Alright, let's go at the end here. Scaling the object or the creature kind of keeps me from having to scale everything in this plugin. Keep it pretty efficient. Sometimes I find working in a weird scale works against you, and then you're like trying to fight that instead of just scaling the model. I think no matter what you do, architecture, creatures, whatever, scale is always something either you learn the hard way or somebody teaches you, but it always ends up being like, why does this not come in at the right scale in this program, or why isn't this working? It's the scale. So let's put this in there and add about there and that to there. It's kind of a real chill video. It's not really fast. It's just making sure everything's set in the right place and just keeping in that zone, because just getting this right the first time helps a lot, and when you get it right, it saves a lot of headache and not having to go back and forth a lot. So let's see what we got. He's got a real fat hand too, and we can actually go in and adjust this model after we're done. So I think that looks pretty close. Let's save that. If we really want to, we can go to the match the rig and see how this looks. Look at that. So grab it, see the rig. Turn it to wireframe. You can see this, and everything's there. When I create the other shape, I believe it shows all the other bones that come through. The other thing is, let's see how that reads. Yeah, that's the elbow. I might have to push this out depending on how that goes. We'll see. Edit the bone. And drag it back to there. Okay. Okay, looks like we got something here. Let's go ahead and go to, let's see, where's the mirror button? Let's see, pose, smart. I think I gotta get out of this to do that. Let's see. Select duplicate mirror. Let's see if this goes. And it should copy that over. Color adjusted and everything. And when we move this, just make sure that you have toggle to be watch. If I move this, it's only on one side. If we click this, it should move both of them. Something I've learned just messing around with different rigs and stuff. Click off of this, save. This might be a two-part video. I kind of started a little late because I started recording and then I kind of didn't like the direction, so I decided to start over. Let's see, left leg. Let's go ahead and get this in here so it's here. And I'm going to scale this up. It's about there. Go ahead and start moving stuff around. I don't want it on the center, so we're going to go ahead and put this onto transform global and move that over, because what it was doing was snap into the volume center of that, and I don't want it in the center, mess it up. So let's go to local again. Well, that's transform. Either way, so let's go here. Get this foot set up. And let's see what else we got. What's this? Oh, those are his toes. Let's go ahead and refine this. Go to limb options. He's only got 3 toes, so he doesn't have a thumb. And we'll take off his pinky. Oh, missed the wrong button. Limb options, thumb and pinky, and press OK. Updated. Now we got 3 little joints in here. I'm gonna put this in the center. As center as we can get it. Let's turn off the snap. Drag that down. Drag that down. This might be better up here. We'll see how it works. If we need to adjust anything, that's the fun part about 3D, right? You can adjust it. So, all right. So let's select these. An Auto Rig Pro, it has these parameters that kind of help move, like when I click on the match the rig, it's basing something back there, right? So it's seeing, so we can move little things here and there on that pivot, so it sees all that. Oh, pressed it twice. I don't know if that matters, but so let's go here, zoom in, let's zoom out or scale out, scale those digits. Scale. Oh, don't want to scale too big. It inverted on itself. So there we go. And we can go back to the snap and then do this skip this way, that way, and that way. Let's see how that pulled in. Yeah. too high, too high. I'm trying to find the joint there, and that can be pushed back. It looks a little different from the top, so let's push it in. Push that over. And go here. Let's do the next finger. Very similar to the front, right? Tricky one for me is going to be the face, because I really wanted to. We need to rig that. Okay, one last one, and then I'll call it a day for the lunchtime. Get a little of that, and there, and there. So it's got all his joints in there. It's all level. You can see why I put it on 0, because this is where it actually brings it in. His hand's a little bit past, but that's okay. And I think we're pretty good. We can fine tune this afterwards. Push this up. Maybe just get a little bit of the, turn off the snapping just so it doesn't throw it off, and drag that up. And then make sure it's in the center. Looks pretty good. And go from there. So let's go ahead and mirror this. Duplicate mirror, and it should do the same as the arm that I did earlier, and that's another part of it. So let me go ahead and save, and we can do a little test. It won't include his head, but if I were to go to skin, well, actually match the rig, you gotta do it in a certain order. So it creates this rig, go to the skin, and what you're gonna do is select this. Well, you're gonna get out of pose mode. Select your object, select this. I get confused on which one it is, because yeah, let's see. Bind selected mesh to rig, so I think it's that way, in that order. Select mesh to rig. Let's see if it works. If it's not right, it'll go the other way. And then I saved. I saved my progress, so if it worked, it's fine. It's not, then we'll figure that out. So we're gonna go to pose mode and let's see what it can do. Yeah. So what I forgot to grab was his mouth and teeth, but you can start to see that he's actually. If I grab this, so now you got like a little bit more. So now I can actually pose him if I really wanted to. And I saved my progress, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. If I were to put this on individual origins and rotate on, well, let's put it on, let's see if it's all in it. Local. Rotate. You can rotate on this. See that rotation's off, I think. So now I can start closing stuff, closing fingers. And you can see where it's going. He's got that. Let's see how that stuff works. And if you really want to, you can turn on rotations, and this also helps too. You can grab that and actually bend. So he's gonna do the ET touch, give you some magic powers. Double click the R, you can rotate a little bit easy. Go from here. ET mode. How? I need to give him a rig for his head, but let's see if it modeled the. It kind of works. It doesn't have the joint in there. Let's see how his tail looks real quick. And we're gonna go to solid just so that it doesn't stall. But yeah. You can curl his tail. I might include an extra few joints so it's not so rigid. It looks a little rigid with that setup. I might do that and just kind of work with it now that I kind of see it. Let's see how this works. His leg, yes, very good. See this? And now he can actually jump. So if I grab his main body, it should have IK already. So if I were to push it down, and let's see. Yeah. He's gonna need a, is that it? Maybe it's that one. No, it's his tail. Yeah, it's, oh, that's what happened. So whenever you create the rig, I'm gonna need to parent these bones. So if I were to go to edit reference bones, this bone needs attached to the spine, and this needs to be attached, because if I grab all of these and we are in edit, should, let's see, we'll go to pose. I think it's pose that'll show me if I were to grab it. See the tail? It's attached, and the arms need to be attached. And so what I'll need to do is grab this, and I think it's that, parents, and to object to bone. I forget which one it is. I'm gonna have to do some homework, but let's see what it does. So if we do pose, grab, yeah. I gotta remember which one it is. So that's everything here. So I need to attach this to that. Parent, Control P. Let's see. Bone relative, I think. Let's see if this works. No, didn't parent. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging, but once I get the process down again, it's always jumping back and forth. But that's most of it for today. After getting all this set up, I can open up the old one. Open up recents. That's why I saved it. Didn't want to lose nothing. But yeah, I'll get everything set up on the next round. I need to do a little bit more homework, dig deeper. I forget which one it is that I parent. And again, I'm still kind of coming from Max and learning Blender. It's a learning process for me too, so don't feel bad. Anything can be learned. It's just taking the time to go back and do your homework. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.